All right, guys, what's going on? Thank you for joining me today. So, of course, I go walking the dog and I see a car that I know, or that I was suspecting that I knew, uh, missing its tires. So they took the rims and the tires off the car. With that, I look at the car closely and I recognize who it belongs to. So I finish walking the dog because it's not like the car's going anywhere. Um, Then I go back to the building I live in. I go to the apartment this kid lives in, and I tell him, "Yo, is this your car?" And I show him a picture of it, and he goes, "What the fuck?" So they wind up stealing three of his tires, rim and tires, and they left one on, and they left it on a brick. Matter of fact, let's see if I can show you guys something without showing his license plate, obviously. Let's see. All right, so yeah, I think I could show you. I can show you guys one picture. So with that, guys, um, well, all American prepper. I mean, listen, not for nothing. You probably live in a rural area. A lot of people, they don't, live in rural areas. You're not doing this shit to somebody else. But uh, this was that's the car, as you can see. You see that they put a brick underneath it. They took the two tires off the passenger side and the rear tire off the um, driver's side, and the front tire on the driver's side's on. So this is what they left this kid's car looking like this morning. Now, when I was walking up the block, I saw the way the car was positioned. I knew something was off. I actually knew the tires are gone before I saw it, because you don't jack a car that high up for no reason. So anyway, um, this kid has bad luck with these cars, because with this, I think it was a year ago, 2 years ago maybe, he got carjacked for his other car, right? So it was a 2019 Accord, uh, same model, different year. And he got into an accident a year after that with another Accord. It was another model Accord, sorry. So anyway, with that, I was outside, showing him what happened. And I was like, "Yo, you gotta call the cops." He's like, "For what?" I'm like, "For what? You gotta you gotta get the insurance involved. You gotta get a police report." So now he's outside waiting for, the fucking cops to make a police report. Now he's gotta get his shit towed. Um, you know, he's a Sally. That's what a neighbor of mine was saying, that he's probably a target. So he started looking around his car for an Apple tag, right? So you guys know about that Apple AirTag, whatever the fuck it's called. They've been putting it on people's cars to track them all the way home, and then they visit their home and they either steal their car or steal something from their car. So he probably has something on it. I'll speak to him later. If he didn't find it, I hope him look for it, because it's just the chances of somebody rolling down the street, especially a quiet block like this, a side street that we live on, and it's a super quiet block, that they were driving down the block and just so happened to go, "Oh shit, we got fucking free rims here," and they didn't take his shit. And to boot, they took three and not four, so they're probably going to come back for the fourth one if they can. This means that he has to put his car in a garage now, because he can't leave it on the street anymore. Someone will take his shit. Speaking to another kid that works for, it's called Cinetas, right? Cintas, sorry. Speaking to this kid who was also outside with us when we were staring at this dude's car, he was like, "There's a neighborhood in Brooklyn that started a patrol." So they started this patrol, and they've been catching people breaking into cars. And he was like, "They've been calling the cops." I'm like, "Fuck calling the cops. Catch these dudes and beat the balls off of them, because then you tell them, 'We're not calling the cops. We're gonna handle it.'" And if you don't get the cops involved, the criminals don't feel like they're being protected. Because here's the one thing about criminals, guys. It works two ways with them, which is fucking interesting. Criminals, when they get caught by civilians, they are looking for cops faster than you are, so that they don't get fucking mangled. You also got cops that just hate criminals that hate cops straight off the bat, and they don't give a fuck. If you guys beat the balls off them, they'd probably rather take that than get the cops involved. But a lot of car thieves, they rely on cops to protect them once they get caught in the act of the crime. So, Mouse in the house, he had locking lug nuts on it, and they fucking dropped the lug nuts on the floor with the locking one. So those locking lug nuts do not work. They're bullshit. They're full of shit. Sheena, yeah, no one's doing citizen's arrest. You're just beating the balls off of them. Fuck citizen's arrest. Citizen's arrest, at least here in New York, does not work. I thought it did, but it's not a thing. You can't tell a criminal, you were under arrest, citizen's arrest. It doesn't work here in New York. I don't know if it works in other states, but I know that it doesn't work here. And Mary, yeah, this is a gangster's paradise. Motherfuckers are doing what they want. Again, I bought this Tahoe, and now I'm thinking, what the fuck? Rick, there is cameras. There's a camera. Actually, there was a camera right in front of the car on the college. The problem is the college is not going to. They'll let the cops look at it, I guess, but they're not going to fucking let him look at it. So they gave me a hard time when I was a firefighter. They gave me a hard time by looking at the cameras. I was like, yo, I just want to see if anyone stole my shit. It was a car cover that someone took. The wind took the car cover off, but someone ultimately took the car cover itself. Because the car cover was tied down with fucking super fireman knots. No one was taking it. The wind wasn't taking it off, is what I'm saying. Supreme God says we cannot do citizen arrest because we're not allowed. Right, exactly. I know it's like I said, it's not allowed here, and I got that from a court officer who used to be a court officer. He's an EMT that worked with me years ago, and he said, yeah, you're not allowed to do citizen's arrest. You can detain somebody till the cops get there, but you can't. There's no citizen's arrest. So yeah, whatever. But like I said, I'm not sure if it's allowed in other states. I don't know. With that, guys, we're going to talk about, what are we, 7 minutes in. This is probably going to be a short live stream today. For some reason, I'm a little more tired than I normally am, I guess, and I'm feeling the workout from yesterday. I think the workout from yesterday destroyed me. Yeah, Sheena, the rims are expensive and the tires, right? So now he's fucking... Listen, insurance will cover it, but insurance companies are sneaky, so they'll be like, well, you're paying for theft of your car, not your tires. They can pull that move. I could absolutely see them pulling that move. But whatever, it is what it is. So I'll talk to him later, and then I guess tomorrow night or whatever, I'll give you guys an update on what's going on with his car. With that being said, guys, let's get into Wednesday morning midweek report. So the National Security Advisor had said yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, that national security is at risk because of TikTok. I don't know. I've said this a million times before. I don't want to say it again, but a lot of you guys need to come off of TikTok. I know that TikTok is lucrative, or can be lucrative, but it's not for everyone. I know some of you guys are just on it to look at weird shit, but stop. This is now under the Biden administration. So this is not even Trump administration, where people were blaming Trump administration for wanting to stifle people's living on TikTok. Now you got Biden administration saying the same shit. Yes, my wife put me in a timeout, the corner of the house here. So with that, guys, popular video sharing app TikTok is a wolf in sheep's clothing as not the National Security Advisor, the FCC Commissioner Brandon Carr. Sorry about that. So it's the FCC Commissioner. Now you had a National Security Report on TikTok about a year or two ago. Now you have the FCC Commissioner saying the same shit, and he says that that should be removed from Apple and Google App Store. Carr's letter made heavy reference to a recent report detailing a leaked audio from an internal meeting at TikTok, the headquarters, if you will. American TikTok employees revealed that the China-based employees have parent company ByteDance had regular and sweeping access to non-public U.S. user data. So that means they've been back, like I said before, guys. I've said this before. I said just because the Chinese company sold TikTok to an American company does not mean China doesn't have a backdoor into this, and exactly what they're saying is that ByteDance still has regular and sweeping access to this user, to this data, American data. He goes on to say, it is clear that TikTok poses an unacceptable national security risk due to its extensive data harvesting being combined with Beijing's apparently unchecked access to that sensitive data. This is what Brendan Carr wrote in his letter. He says, therefore, I'm requesting that you apply the plain text of your App Store policy to TikTok and remove it from your App Store for failure to abide to those terms. Now, this is the FCC commissioner. The FCC commissioner could drop the hammer on Apple and Google and tell them, you guys don't remove this, you're going to be fined X amount of money for X amount of days. But he didn't do that. I'm trying to figure out why he didn't do that, but he's given them an ultimatum. I think he's given them a warning now, and maybe later he'll drop that hammer. But we shall see how far this goes. So, the report cites an audio from September 2021 meeting in which a TikTok director referred to an unnamed ByteDance engineer in China as the master admin, who has access to everything. This is coming from inside TikTok. In other meetings, a worker in TikTok's trust and safety department purportedly said that China sees everything. They see everything, guys. So, that being said, hours before the BuzzFeed report surfaced, TikTok announced that they had migrated U.S. user data to a server run by Oracle. I don't trust Oracle either. The company said that it has a strong commitment to protecting the privacy of U.S. users. All right. So, again, guys, someone says, I have TikTok, lots of sweet cat videos. Okay. All right, guys. So, again, you've been warned. You cannot complain, and this is my bone to pick with everyone who owns TikTok. You cannot complain about the Chinese and the shit they're doing and have one of their apps that are sucking your phone dry of data. Now, yes, Apple does it, Google definitely does it, but now you're giving this power to the Chinese, the same people we fucking hate, who are going to use this against us, guys, in the long run. They absolutely will. What I think the Americans are doing with our data is they're giving it to AI, which I think is probably worse, but whatever. Now we have another person saying the same shit about the Chinese app TikTok. This has been going on for years, and yet people still want to download this app to their phones and tell the Chinese, have access to everything in my phone. Now, they have access to all of it. They have access to your bank account every time you open up your, I don't know, TD Waterhouse Bank app or Apple Bank app, whatever it is, they have access to your entire financial information. That's how the app works. Yet, people still want to fucking do stupid TikTok dances and fucking then complain about the Chinese. You are helping the Chinese out. That's what you're doing. Blue Vandal says, well, I'm deleting mine then. I mean, listen, guys, it doesn't take much to delete it. Fuck them. Now, if they moved the U.S. data to an Oracle server, if you will, could that cut out the Chinese? It possibly could. But who knows? If there's a Trojan virus attached to the information they've been looking at, they could possibly spy in on Oracle as well. But we won't know that now for another year or so. So, anyway, that's that. The Chinese are taking your shit. So, anyway, we're also going to talk about right now, we're moving on, Texas immigrant trucks, the immigrants that were found in a truck in Texas, it's now up to 51 bodies. So 51 people have died. Supposedly, or it's being reported, that the truck driver was high out of his mind on meth, if I'm not mistaken. So, he left these people in there to die. The truck, by the way, was cloned, so when it passed through, customs or whatever it is, it has to pass through. Obviously, somebody in customs know that the truck was cloned and let it pass through, so it wasn't flagged. Yeah, guys, listen. Now everybody's playing the political game. I mean, listen, these people are illegals, and they knew the risk. So sitting there, feeling bad. Like, I don't feel bad for this situation. I just don't. I don't have that propensity to feel bad for people who are putting their life on the line trying to get to this country illegally. I just don't have it. If there were kids involved, I would absolutely feel bad for the kids. But as far as the adults go, you knew what you were getting into when you got here. You can't feel bad for them. I get it that they want a better life. I understand that wholeheartedly. I also understand that I would have not gotten in the back of a fucking hot ass truck either. I would have taken my chances walking across the desert before that shit. And these people thought they were a shoe in once they were across the border, and they died. So now it's going to be a political fight. People are blaming Biden because of the open border, but keep in mind these people didn't actually come across the open border. They were smuggled into a truck. So there is a difference. You can't blame the open border for this. You can absolutely blame lack of security, but you can't blame the open borders. Because even if the borders were tightened up, guys, they had fucking armor trucks and the whole 9 yards and people watching, they would have still gotten by in this truck because the truck was cloned, right? So now they got to investigate that, and that's going to open up a fucking can of worms that they don't want to fucking see. So there's that. Moving right along, guys. What is it? There's a monkeypox shortage. First of all, I didn't know that there was a monkeypox vaccine being given out. I know that they started in the UK. Apparently, they started here in the United States. There are 300 cases. There are 306 cases of monkeypox in the United States, and they are already saying we need to give out the highly effective smallpox vaccine against the monkeypox vaccine. They don't even know if it's highly effective because they didn't test it because this caught them off guard. At least I think it caught them off guard. So you mean to tell me monkeypox just showed up and now you have a highly effective smallpox vaccine against the monkeypox? I'm not buying it, but whatever. Again, guys, when it doesn't sound right, when the government can't lie to you right anymore, you know something's wrong. This just doesn't sound fucking right. That all of a sudden, now they're going to start handing out smallpox vaccines for the monkeypox, but they're not quite sure how that's going to look because this smallpox vaccine is a new one. It's a new company made the smallpox vaccine. So maybe they tested it for a while. I don't know, but I'm not buying it. So anyway, 800,000 doses, guys, are being imported, not made, imported in July and August and early August. Then there's an additional 500,000 doses being contracted for. So I guess they're going to go to other companies and contract 500,000 more of these smallpox vaccines. Someone said, behave yourself. I'm working and listening along. So with that, guys, again, 800,000 doses. The easier solution for this, and this is how you know there's something wrong with society today. There's an easy solution right now. When we had the Mr. 19 outbreak, COVID-19, when we had that outbreak, guys, motherfuckers are staying away from each other like you wouldn't believe. I mean, and I'm talking about every community on this planet were distancing themselves from everyone, family and friends. All right. You have a higher probability of dying from monkeypox than you do COVID. And yet, the LGBT community, specifically men, are not fucking doing the right things and wrapping it up. They were willing to put a mask on and get the arm ticket because they were told to, but now they're not taking the extra steps and the extra precaution to keep from getting this. Clearly they're not. The numbers are going up. Now the numbers are still low. Don't get me wrong. Once I think the numbers hit 10,000, 20,000, then there's a problem. 300 is not a real fucking problem. But that shows you the control that the United States administration has over the people. Because if Fauci went on TV and said, yo, you motherfuckers need to cut the shit, stop sucking each other's dicks, keep it easy, we want to fucking see if this is going to go away, and if you're not going to do that, at the very least wear a condom. But they're not telling them that. They're telling them, yo, we're going to get you vaccines and get you guys safe. There's a missing connection there. And the connection is these guys are doing this thing and getting fucking and contaminating one another. And instead of telling them, yo, stop, they're not doing this shit. Now they're telling them, yo, we're going to get you some smallpox vaccine and hand it out. I'm like, what the fuck? What about being responsible? But they took responsibility away. They're taking responsibility away from people by making it okay to act like a savage, right? The AIDS epidemic right now, guys, if you live in a city like New York, they're like, don't worry about condoms. You can use PrEP. What? Okay, fair enough. What about the other fucking 9,000 diseases that are out there that you can get? Again, taking responsibility away and going, well, that's how they are. They can't control themselves. You were able to control yourself during the pandemic. You can't control yourself now? There's a fucking problem. Walker, yeah, apparently fucking safe sex isn't PC anymore. They're like, fuck it. We'll protect you guys with the smallpox. But, you know, if you don't want to use condoms, it's okay. We'll figure it out. I hope your dick falls off now. That's my fucking thing. That's why, guys, if this was to burn through the LGBT community, I'm not going to sit here and feel sorry for them. I can't. I cannot feel sorry for people who are actively going out of their way and getting themselves infected. All right? It would be like somebody going out of their way to get themselves infected with HIV. Right? You go to a fucking whorehouse and you know the probability of getting a sexually transmitted disease is high, but you're going anyway. If you catch something, that is on you. If you get chlamydia, hepatitis, whatever it is, that's on you. You cannot feel bad for these people anymore. You just can't. So, with that, guys, they also starting to switch gears now. I don't get this, but they want to also start giving the smallpox vaccine to kids. What the fuck? How did this go from being in the gay men population to let's give it to kids now? The smallpox vaccine. I'm like, what the fuck just happened here? Did I blink and end up in a fucking another universe? I'm like, why are we giving it to kids? Kids are not getting it. I'm like, unless, I mean, I guess if the teachers are, you know, if the teachers happen to be gay and that they're fucking, you know, touching the kids' pencils and computers and all the other bullshit. I don't know. Maybe it's that. But then again, you should be fucking telling these teachers, if you have come in contact with somebody who has monkeypox, stay your ass home. But they're not saying that either. Listen, guys, for all of the shit they told us with COVID, they're not saying with monkeypox. I don't get it. I do not get it. Or maybe they are. Maybe there is a PSA amongst the LGBT community. I'm just not, you know, I'm not hip to it, apparently. But, you know, maybe it's being said. I don't know. But it just sounds like bullshit to me. So, that's weird. And also, Turkey, the country, Turkey, did an about face, and they lifted their objection to Sweden and Finland joining NATO. I find that to be interesting. Okay, teacher, so it's not really airborne, right? It's yes, if someone, like COVID, if someone's in your face and you cough, you can catch it that way. It's not floating in the air per se. They said you can get it through sputum. So if someone's coughing and a spit gets on your face, yeah, you're going to get monkey dick or monkeypox. Sorry. But that's how it works. Remember when they were telling us, oh, COVID's not airborne. COVID's not airborne. Well, then you have to wear a mask. But you just said it wasn't airborne. But you still have to wear a mask. But it wasn't airborne. Now it is. Well, it's not really airborne, but you should still wear a mask because you can spread the germs. Then it's airborne. Well, no, that doesn't. So again, it's all bullshit, man. Yeah, but I'm in timeout because the kids are home. So, you know, I don't have the living room anymore. And because my son has COVID, my daughter has to sleep in the living room. So that's why I'm sitting in the corner like an asshole. I should put a dunce cap on while I'm at it. But yeah, that's just for the next couple of days. It's not a big deal. Old and slow. So with that, guys, Turkey is, you know, lifting. Now I don't know why it's up to Turkey to lift their objection, but supposedly Finland and Sweden are cleared to join NATO, but they have to get 30 other votes to be unanimously voted into NATO. As we all know, Sweden and Finland took the neutral position for decades, and now because of the whole Russia-Ukraine thing, they're not liking where this is going, and they're like, fuck it. Johnny, no, you just got to be around somebody. You listen. You could, if someone has an open sore with monkeypox, you could just rub up against their arm and you can get it, right? Again, doctors are confused why they're getting it, why it's being sexually transmitted. They're not understanding that completely. But you can also just rub up against somebody, or someone can cough in your face, like legitimately cough in your face, and then you can get it. So whatever. So after formally applying to NATO in May, Sweden and Finland required unanimous support, like I said, from 30 other current members. The Russian President Vladimir Putin's invasion of Ukraine forced Sweden and Finland to ditch their long-held neutral stance in Europe and apply to NATO because they're scared. Turkey has demanded that Sweden and Finland extradite wanted individuals and lift arms restrictions imposed after Turkey's 2019 military incursion into northeast Syria. So, that was the deal that was struck, or that was the deal that was reversed. That is why NATO is lifting their objection, because Finland and Sweden reversed their extradited individuals. That means they gave it back to Turkey, and they lift their arm restriction on them as well from 2019. So, guys, there's always a give and take. There's no such thing as fucking, we're going to do this out of the kindness of our hearts. No country does anything out of the kindness of their hearts. Ever. No, so it's never been fucking heard of. Yeah, listen, guys. I mean, listen, to catch monkeypox, to be fair, it's fairly hard. It's not as easy as you would think. Obviously, if you're on a train and a few people have it, you're going to get it. But if you stay away from people, this is where the 6 feet apart shit would actually work. Not with Mr. 19, but with monkeypox, it would work, right? Yeah, listen, guys. It's a lot of people keep saying NATO's evil. Who gives a shit? All these organizations, if you will, they're evil. They have a bad bone to them. All of them. There is no clean, if you will, organization out there. I know people keep saying, well, NATO this and NATO that. So is the United States, so is Russia, so is Ukraine, so is Chinese and Japan. Everyone has an evil organization, or there's an WHO, World Health Organization, CDC, you name it. They're all out there, guys. So calling NATO evil is, you might as well fucking throw stones at everyone then, because it's all the same. Sean Stan says, I tried vanilla Pepsi milk. It's like a float. Yes, that's exactly what it is. Black Star. Yes, Monkey 19. Nice one. Monkeypox isn't a big problem. It's not, at least for us, it isn't. For another group of dudes, it is. It's their problem. It's not ours. The 6 feet apart BS was based on a dead buried body. Well, I don't know. Listen, the 6 feet apart thing didn't work. That's for sure. We know that. Monkeypox is a non-issue. Right, it's a non-issue for us. But the fact that they're already starting the vaccine rollout, guys, I see something bad coming out of that. So for those of you that keep saying monkeypox isn't a problem, right now it isn't. I think the vaccine's going to become another fucking fight. Why are they gearing it up? They're talking about it now, and they're talking about it fast. And they say they're going to give it to people who are going to be highly affected by this. Gay dudes, hipsters, right? Men who have sex with men, that's so they put it. They're the ones that are going to have this issue, not us. But the vaccine, I can see that being another fight, guys. That is another fucking fight where people might lose their jobs. But that's probably another year away or 2 years away. We shall see. Yes, Janine, it's about money. MA, yeah, I'm not taking anything. I'm not taking a fucking thing. There's nothing you could tell me right now that I'm going to be like, oh shit, I should take this. Because once you lied about the first arm ticket, there's no fucking way I'm going to believe you about anything else after that. The disease is a disease month of the club. Yes. Disease of the Month Club is now what you call it. But then they also have another one circulating in Florida, again, amongst gay men. It's called meningococcal, if I'm saying that right. That's another outbreak they see in Florida. It's another disease that they have their eye on. That one is undoubtedly going to spread as well. Hopefully, I said it right. But again, it's their issue, not ours. Again, if your buddy comes down with meningococcal or monkeypox, he told you everything you needed to know with his diagnosis. But yeah, we shall see how far that one goes. But nonetheless, guys, interestingly enough, after Mr. 19 reared his ugly head, now we have fucking all these other fucking diseases and viruses popping up out of nowhere. Yeah, Sally, right. It does cause meningitis, exactly, and it is very deadly. But I'm hoping I said it right because I couldn't pronounce it. It took me 8 minutes to pronounce it. I was like, meningococcal, magenical, and I was like, fucking, it took me like 10 minutes. Felt like a dick face. Anyway, with that being said, guys, I think we hit the half-hour mark. Yes, we did. We hit the half-hour mark. Going off the air. Had a good time with you guys. Had an interesting morning with this guy's car being fucking stripped. So, whatever. Other than that, I'm going to relax today. I thought I was going to go work out, but I'm like, fuck that. I'm going to fucking take today off and lay around like a complete fucking slug and do nothing. Maybe go do some errands, do some active recovery shit, like go for a longer walk. But that's it. I'm not fucking lifting any weights or fucking doing anybody's run today. I'm going to run tomorrow, unfortunately. All right, guys, other than that, you guys have a great day. I do appreciate you guys following me, and I will see you guys tomorrow night. All right, guys, later.